Hey everyone, it's VM Campos, Nintendo fan. This is NES from A to Z, the show where I talk about a classic Nintendo Entertainment System game from my youth. I'll be reviewing various aspects of the game, the plot, the graphics, the sound, the replayability, and the nostalgia from a scale of 1 to 5. These ratings are purely subjective, so that means they are absolutely correct, because they're my opinions. In today's episode, Blaster Master, published by Sunsoft in 1988. So first of all, the plot. It sums it up really interestingly at the beginning of the game. There's a boy and his frog. The frog escapes and goes off to some radioactive material. Well, wouldn't you know it, radioactivity and amphibians don't mix. So the frog gets big, falls down the hole, and the boy Jason follows. He needs to get his frog back. What does he discover? An amazing battle tank. And what is there to do? Well, put on the suit and get in the tank and kill some mutants. Blaster Master. The plot then, I give it a 2 out of 5. It is so unbelievable. This kid, his pet frog, and now he's battling mutants in this amazing tank. Okay, well, so for the plot, I gotta give it a really low rating. It's so unbelievable. Yes, more unbelievable than plumbers stomping on turtles. But that is only one of the factors that I rate these games on, of course. Next up, let's look at graphics. Okay, these graphics are amazing. They're so beautiful, so detailed. There isn't anything really advanced like parallax scrolling, but look at the depth of these scenes. Look at the cave walls, the background trees. You get this beautiful sense of things. Look at the vines and things. The graphics are just utterly beautiful in this game. This is 1988, a few years into the original Nintendo's lifespan, and when you enter the overhead scenes, they also look really nice. So look at that. We've got these side-scrolling tank levels, and you can get out of your tank, and you're Jason, the boy with this, power suit or whatever and weapon, and the scene changes to fight these other sorts of mutant things, and these graphics are also pretty amazing. I give the graphics a 5 out of 5. There's just so much character to the visuals of this game. Like when you get to the bosses, you get to these different worlds. There's an ice world, there's like a tech world. It's just visually so beautiful. 5 out of 5. Music is also amazing. This soundtrack has stayed with me decades later, 30 years later after I first played it. The music is, in some levels, jaunty, in others it's scary, in others it's just frenetic. But this opening music is some of the best that I've ever heard. Let's have a listen. And the sound effects when you hop out of your tank, which is the SOPHIA the Third, FYI. That's a fun little sound right there. And your bullet sounds, the sounds of the enemies. It's a really great soundtrack, really great sound effects. I give it also 5 out of 5. The music is just so memorable. You've really got to track down the soundtrack and listen to the various levels. I'm going to put a link in the description for one of the best versions of the soundtrack. Go listen to it. Let's talk about the replayability of the game. Now, when I first played it 30 years ago, I thought it was a very hard game, and I can get to a certain level, I think level 5, and then it just gets really hard. Well, the replayability is pretty high, because it's a very difficult game, and it's sort of an open world sort of plot, so you do have to do backtracking to proceed to some of the levels. You have to go back to the beginning. As a matter of fact, you have to go to the very beginning of the game after you've upgraded your vehicle so that it can hover. So replayability, I think, is very high. It's a little annoying, however, that there's no save feature, no password feature. You do have to play the game from beginning to end in one sitting. That's a little annoying, definitely. So it keeps you coming back over and over. Replayability, I'm going to say a 4 out of 5. There's a good and a bad aspect about it. It's bad that, the save feature and such isn't quite there. But it's good in terms of you just want to keep playing and exploring this weird world, helping Jason find his frog. Find his frog, yeah right, battle these mutants. Nostalgia. The nostalgia is over 9,000. Well, my rating scale is only from 1 to 5. Okay, so the nostalgia is a perfect 5. Just going through these various levels as I was putting together the video brought back so much nostalgia. The music, the gameplay, reaching the boss, for example, that sound, that alarm sound, and then this first boss, this like weird spore thing that is hovering around, and then its little orbiting spores are coming closer and closer. If you're a real pro, you can handle that no problem. But when you first play the game, it's like, wow, I can't handle that thing, it's coming right at me. And then I gotta go back to my vehicle to go to the next level. So nostalgia, 5 out of 5. It's just a wonderful memory playing this game. The music, the sound, everything is just perfect. So to recap, the plot of the game is a 2 out of 5. It just makes no sense. The graphics are a 5 out of 5. Just beautiful to look at, so detailed. Music is also a 5 out of 5. It really sticks with you. Each particular level has its own character of music, just amazing. Replayability is a 4 out of 5. There is a level of challenge to it that might put some off, but a lot of the old Nintendo games were quite a challenge. And the nostalgia is a perfect 5 out of 5. I want to end this video and go play some games of Blaster Master right now. So today I reviewed Blaster Master from Sunsoft, published in 1988. And this has been NES from A to Z. I'm VM Campos, and you've been playing with power.